video, and today we're going to be looking more into structure and a very simple pattern that you can implement in your trading as you combine BTMM with supply and demand or order flow. Right, so as you all know, you need to big test. Right, big testing is very important. That's the only way you can master something, and you definitely need to put in the time to develop yourself as a trader. Right, and that's by back testing, making flashcards, and making sure that you are in line with the market changes, right? Because the market is constantly changing. Right, so as you back test, right, you'll be able to actually figure out which markets are not respecting such, and you can make better trading decisions. Right, so if you've been watching our previous videos, you definitely have an understanding, right, or an idea of how we trade, right? And when we talk about structure, right, we like focusing on reversals, right, because taking trades at your peaks, right, have a high probability of giving you very good reward, right, and allows you to minimize your risk. Right, so we're going to be talking about a very simple pattern, right, and we want to focus more on the reversal side, and this can also be applied to continuation patterns. Right, so we all know that when we are going to have a reversal, what we want to see is we want to see price get to a supply zone, right, this being our base area, sell zone, and then we have a reversal to the downside, right? So that's our rally, that's our base, this is our sell zone, and this is our drop. Right, so this is basically the pattern that we're going to keep in mind, but also we can definitely implement the same concept to our continuation patterns, and that is where we are now moving to the downside, creates a base area, and we then focus on this area as our sell zone. All right, so sorry about that. The pattern that we're going to focus on here is a very simple pattern, right? Most of you, if you have an idea on supply and demand or order flow, you definitely, maybe you actually trade this pattern, but it just has a different name to it. So what we're going to focus on here is what we definitely, what we want to see rather, right? As I explain this pattern is we want to see the market creating a high, right? A high low. The market creating a high, right, and we want to see this area getting taken out, right, us having a lower low from this area, and we want to see price approach back to this zone. So I'm going to explain what's basically happening here. The pattern that we're focusing on here is we want to see a high. All right, when we see a high, all right, we identify the low. This can also be a high low. If you just write low, right, so this area being our low, right, as you can see, this would be the structure point, right, that is recent as the market is moving to the upside, right? So as we move to the upside, what we can see is we've got a higher high, right? When we have this higher high, what we basically want to see is we want to see a break of structure, right? Now a break of structure is this area right here, right? We can see that the structure has been broken, right? This low has been violated, right, giving us a lower low. Right? So once we identify such, right, from this high area, right, from your high to your higher high, right, and then from your high giving us the lower low, right, from this area, this is what we'll then call our sell zone, right? We are interested in this area very much, and we want to analyze the structure around this area and find areas where we can execute. Right, so one thing that is important is after the lower low, we want to see the market slowly moving up to our sell zone, right, which is in this case from the high to the higher high, right, and then we look to execute our trades from there. Now some people might call this a head and shoulders, whatever understanding that you might have with this pattern, and if you have some supply and demand knowledge, right, and some institutional trading knowledge. So we're going to go into the charts now, right? We're going to definitely go into the charts and see if this pattern, all right, this pattern help you in your trading, right, and how it can help you make better trading decisions. Now, of course, we will not see this everywhere, right, but by you back testing, you are now actually then able to know the probability of that setup, right, and you will know how to manage your risk, because we all know there's nothing that is 100% in the forex market, right? So here's something simple, right? I love trading the pound pays. Right now, from this area, we can see that price is moving to the downside. In this case, this can also be seen as a continuation pattern. What we have is we've got a drop, right? We've got a base, right? And we have a move to the downside, right? So if we analyze the structure or move to the line chart, what we are able to see here is we have a drop, base, and this area right here is our sell zone, right? Remember the pattern, this area right here would be our sell zone, because in this case this is a continuation pattern, right? It's a continuation pattern, right? So if we go back to the candles, this area would be our sell zone, right? So we want to focus on why are we calling this area our sell zone, because from this area, this zone right here is responsible, right, for breaking these structures, right, and creating new lows, right, for breaking these structures and creating new lows. So now, to increase your probability, we are going to focus on this area and identify if we can find the pattern we just spoke about, right? This will help you right, minimize your risk. So in this area, right, if we actually take it down to the 4-hour time frame, what we can see is we had price coming from this area. This is also another structure point, right? So we'll change the color and make it we'll just give it this pink color, right, for us to understand what's happening here. All right, so as price went back to this area, price went back to this area, what we can identify is we had if you zoom in, we've got a rally, base, rally, right? So in this case, what we can see is we've got the high, low, higher, high into the area, right? And after that, what you can identify is we have a break of structure. So this area right here is where our pattern is located, meaning if we just remove this or minimize it or just remove it, you'll be able to understand. Let me clear this so you can see the chart clearly. If I clear this, right there, what we can see is we actually have a high, right, low, high, high into the supply zone, right? That's the important thing, into the supply zone, and it respects this order block right here. And then after that, what we can see is we've got a break of structure, and as you can see, price didn't really make it back way to our golden level. This is where we will sell zone rather. Right, price went all the way down. Remember, this is now your 4-hour time frame, but if you understand it from your daily time frame, you'd be able to see that it's the same concept being applied even in your higher time frames if you have the patience and if you're looking for big pips in the market. Let me just find that area right here. Right, our area was going to be this area. Do you see that? Now we are finding ways to minimize our risk by using this pattern, right? And so this area being our sell zone, right, look at what happened. Price then actually went back to this area, right, with nice price approach, and you had the opportunity to make good profits, right, with this type of setup, right? And this can also be used as a continuation pattern, as I keep repeating, right? We can see that as the price ebbs and flows to the downside, right, what we can see at such areas is a nice structure point, right? Look at what we have within, just above that, got a high, right, and then the pattern, right, a break of structure. After the break of structure, we want to mark down our golden zone or our sell zone. In this case, if we zoom in, right here, you can see that this is our golden zone, and that is where price went to, and you had good pips, right? But the price approach back to that area is very important also. The price approach to the area is very important, so that is why you need the right knowledge on it. And of course, by back testing, you'll be able to make better trading decisions. So we can go for another pair, and we are just trying to identify this pattern, right? This is the weekly. This can be seen anywhere, right, guys? Remember, it's not an everyday thing, but it's a pattern, right, that if you identify, right, you're able to make very good trades. Right, there we go. Very simple pattern, right? So by you understanding that the major structure here is a drop, base, drop. That's your major structure. Right? So that being your major structure, right, you'll be able to mark this area as your supply zone, right? That area is your supply zone, and we can see the same pattern repeating itself. Right, we've got a high, a high, we've got a break of structure. Our sell zone is from this area, and then look at that, good price approach back there, right? Very good price approach, and then an amazing move to the downside, right? So this is a pattern where if you can master, all right, to identify, right, you'll be able to make very good trading decisions. And trust me, these patterns can be seen in any time frame, right? Any time frame. There you go. Right, this one is not really clear. No clear break of structure there. You don't have to trade that. Right, you don't have to trade that. But as you go to your shorter time frames, that is when you're actually able to see that this move right here was a rally. Right, where the low, right here went to the upside and broke the area. So that would mean this would have been your golden zone. Right, this right here would have been your golden zone. Right, so for us to get a nice understanding of that, we can even move down to the 1 hour, so we can see price more clearly. I hope we'll be able to find it. Yeah, this area is the area that we're interested in. There you go. Right, so if we just move this and zoom in, we'll be able to see that we had a rally, base, and a higher high. So from here, and you can see we've got structures being broken, right, giving us the lower low. So your golden zone would be the area up there, and guess what? So from this area right here, this whole area, by you understanding the structure and the reversal areas, you had a nice area also within this one. Look at that, right. And then you are able to identify a nice area that will give you very good risk to reward. All right, very good risk to reward. And then look at that. Price respects that, right? These patterns are everywhere, but you will not see them every day, right? And you need to back test and understand, right, the right market structure. See, after a major structure was taken out, price makes its way to the golden zone, and we've got a nice zone up here. And look at how price respects that because of the price approach back to that area. So price approach, very important, right? There's different types of price approaches that we need to see in the market. They're very different, right? So something like this happening, if you move down to the 15 minutes, right, what you will see is from this area, right, you would have applied it this way, but not really a clean structure. The lows are here. After structure was broken, as you can see, price then made its way back to the zone, and in this case it's a nice decision point, type 1, and then hit a nice trade down, right, if you are a scalper. But as you can see, price is back at that area, went above it a bit, but look at how price has just reacted to that, yeah, look at how price has reacted to that. These are the type of trades that you would want to see, right? So this is a very nice pattern that you guys can go big test and validate it yourself, right? Validate it yourself, right? As you master it, make flashcards on it. Trust me, as you see the setup, you will not hesitate to pull the trigger, right? Because you know this is something that works. You will not hesitate to pull the trigger. Lower low, structure broken. You've identified your golden zone. You've also identified your decision point type. Look at that, right? A very nice pattern that you guys can use. I hope you guys learned something from this video. If you're new here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell icon to be the first to watch when we upload any new content, right? Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to leave a like, leave a comment, right? If you have a question, do not hesitate to ask. All right. Till we meet next time, guys.